it's Maddie from the Itty Bitty Homestead Committee. I was working on a completely different video and I had a little incident happen, and I figured that I would pop on here and do a quick video about this first because it is something that I don't really think about, and I probably should think about more, and you should probably think about more. So grab a snack, let's have a little story time and a little PSA lesson learned moment. All right, so this morning I went out to feed the animals and my husky was pawing and digging around at the barn. Nothing necessarily not normal about that. She likes to get in after things. With that being said, as soon as I started talking to Kiwi, from underneath the barn, I see a little black and white head pop out the side. And immediately my heart drops because it means that I have at least one bunny on the loose. So I open the barn door, squeeze in there, lock it shut so my husky can't get in, and immediately my bunny Penguin comes hopping up to me. Scoop her up, she's fine, there's nothing wrong with her. Put her back into her cage with her sister, start doing a head count, realize Solstice is missing. So I get on the ground and I start clicking my tongue, and almost immediately she comes bounding over to me in my lap and like, "Hi, what you doing?" So put her back in her cage and I start doing cage counting just to see what happened, where I went wrong. So all of my cages were single latched and most were double latched, except for the cage that my triplets were in. And I had only single latched it and I hadn't properly put the dog crate clip on it. So what I think had happened is one of my two escape artists had pushed the door back, squeezed in, hopped out, decided they were going to eat some hay on the outside. Thankfully, all of my dangerous things are up to where none of my animals can reach them, but this does bring up a question of, should you trust your cages or not? Should you double latch? And my answer is, I think it's better to be safe than sorry because, for instance, camera fell. This time, nothing happened. They just got loose. They were munching on some hay. No big deal. But next time something like that happens, it could be an issue, right? And, you know, the reason why I started double clasping is because these prefab, like, cages don't latch very well. If you look at my breeding cages, I have cinder blocks up on the doors so the rabbits can't push them open because I have yet to find a cage that my rabbits haven't figured out how to escape with. So, couple of little PSAs here. One, double lock your cages, triple lock your cages. Just verify that everything is shut up and that they're not going to open on their own because the latches are faulty, or that you don't have little Houdinis like me that like to open and figure it out, because my rabbits love to escape and I do everything in my power to make sure that they don't. Another thing, and this is probably going to be the most controversial for people, but domesticate your meat rabbits. And I know that sounds like really weird, right? Domesticate your meat rabbits. Madison, they're already domesticated. Yeah, they're domesticated from a standpoint of we have genetically, over generations, suited them to our needs. Yes, they are already domesticated in that sense. But I'm talking domesticate as in sit down with your bunnies, pet on them, love on them, get them desensitized, maybe train them a little to come to your voice. My chickens do the same thing. I go, chee, 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 and they come running towards me, right? Train your animals, no matter what their purpose, to be used to you and come to you, because it is better safe than sorry to have them desensitized if there is an emergency, right? Whether it be they get out of their cages, the barn catches fire, Lord forbid, or a predator gets into your hutch and your rabbits flee, right? It is better to have them trained to your voice and to have them to where they are used to you than to lose your entire stock for multiple reasons, for both you and your animals. So, you know, that's my little PSA for today. My bunnies are fine. Penguin was a little dirty. She's my black and white. Y'all, the sheer amount of panic I had this morning, because Solstice and Penguin are my two, my only black lines, and They're my black lines that I am taking to show in January, and their physique, their depth, their ears are a little long. We're working on that in the hutch, but there's only one rabbit in my hutch that I am more sure of for showing, and that is Sadie. She was chilling in her cage. She don't care. But those two are. If I would have lost that stock, I would have been devastated for multiple reasons, because these are my mini Rex, so they are more pet-like. They are used more for show and pet stock than they are for eating, which does make me more attached to them, but these are also my bottle babies. These are the babies that after I lost Sally, that I raised by bottle, and if I would have lost them, I would have been distraught. And I think that's also something, I'm rambling, sorry, you're getting rambling, Madison, but I do think that is something that a lot of people outside of this community don't understand, is even if you have meat stock that you're just using for, you know, butchering purposes or freezer purposes, you still get attached to these animals, you still love these animals, and you still, it's a terrifying thing losing something like that without the planning and without giving them, you know, the proper exit, right? And if I would have lost these two, I would have been, I'm tearing up just thinking about it. And so I feel almost dumb talking about it, because so many people I've talked to are like, well, they're just meat animals, why do you care? And it's like, because these are my babies and I've raised these, and yeah, so before I start crying on camera, which is, I ugly cry, I don't pretty cry, I don't do the single tear, I get snotty and I'm gross, but I'm just reiterating, double lock your cages, verify everything, shut up, and just build that relationship with your meat animals. You know, love on them just like you would any other animal, just so they are willing to come to you. So yeah, I'm going to insert, you know, some a little sneak peek down in the description box of the video I was working on. If you're interested, I'll probably have that up tomorrow because this was an unplanned video. But thank y'all for watching. Yeah, it's been an exciting morning. I'm gonna go to work now, so I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.